This week we are running a symposium which is focusing on children and their situation in relation to trafficking. Trafficking occurs within forced migration situations, but it's also local, it's regional, it's international. It's a global challenge that every state has to respond to, and in fact every individual and community should be aware of as to the repercussions, the ramifications of the way it connects into their lives.
Resource is important. Bernardo's is very lucky. A lot of its money comes from the Christian faith background. That's where Bernardo's started. And it's really important, we engage with those communities who are supporting us to help them be educators and social activists as well as making sure we're using that money in a way that is right for children, not right for the system.
We know that child sexual abuse is increasing in prevalence. We know we're detecting more children year on year who are being impacted by all sorts of child sexual abuse and exploitation.
There has been a gathering range of pieces of legislation and research that says actually children are being caught in international migration, irregular migration in large numbers, and they are at risk of being trafficked. And we haven't responded quite as robustly as we need to.
My key message for today really would be we can't get complacent. So we know we've made great strides. We know that more children than ever are being detected. We're getting more prosecutions. However, the job is not done. We are still at the identification and early stages. And in terms of scale and prevalence of child sexual abuse, we don't know yet what that looks like, and we have to work with the communities, with children, with their families to really start to get a grip on the wide-scale problem that we know we're facing.
And it is really important that we find that shared common ground, I think, and work together to start making things happen for children and their families.
We're here at Cambridge Guildhall talking to Daniel Zeitner about human trafficking. Daniel, what are the challenges that are facing Cambridge in terms of human trafficking and modern day slavery?
I think a lot of our residents would be really shocked to know what is happening in some parts of the city. In fact, many parts of the city, sadly. And the evidence shows that it's not an entirely new problem. It's been going on for a while, but the worry is it's linked into organised crime, that at the moment there are, as we speak, there are people who are victims of this evil trade in the city. Now, recognising it is a very important thing, first of all. Making sure that the agencies work together in the right kind of way is, to me, the key challenge.
And how do you think that we can best protect unaccompanied minors to the UK?
Well, I think there's a mixture of issues there. Partly they're the big political issues. I'm very disappointed at the government's failure to help on the refugee side. The limited number of children taken, or virtually none, under the Dub scheme over the last few months is frankly a disgrace to our country. But there are a whole range of other issues which aren't just related to asylum seekers as well. And that part, again, I think the worry I've got is when I look at the agencies that are charged with helping, they are all struggling, they're all short of resources at the moment. And if we want to tackle this problem properly, I think we are going to have to spend more on it, frankly. Now that's going to require, again, a change of political emphasis from the government.
When you drop a pebble in an ocean or a sea, it starts making these little ripples and it gets wider and wider and wider and wider. That's what happens. Every action or every activity that takes part globally, it affects all of us. People really don't appreciate the fact that every time you look on the news and you hear reports of deaths at seas and how migrants are trying to come in from Libya and they're heading to Lampedusa or they're heading into Spain, it's not my problem. That's what they say, it's not my problem. You know, so when you say it's not my problem, it is. Because they actually produce things that you consume. The moment we stop fighting for each other, that's the moment in which we lose our humanity. That's the end of it. Because if I don't fight for you, what's affecting you now, I'm not going to escape it. There's no guaranteeing that it won't happen to me. But if I can put an end to it by helping you, at least I've made sure that it's not going beyond where it's happened to you. It's not going to spread out and somehow affect other people and eventually get to me. That's what it's all about. Nobody's free from it.